He's coming out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking to throw on first down. Steps away to find some room. Quarterback gets past the marker. They get him out of bounds. Couple yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against us. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume. That'll pay off big time late in the season.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Got it behind the line. It's Davis. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
Looking downfield on first down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
How about this defense coming out the gates, first drive, getting to the quarterback. They wanted to affect the quarterback, make him feel uncomfortable. Already 2 sacks on this first drive.
He'll pull it down and run. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for space. It's Gage. There he goes. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way than offense.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. That's caught. It's Williams. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Aggies will have it 1st and 10. Rides the back on the option to give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Pulls it in. It's Gage. Making a little bit of progress there. He gets it to the 40 before getting out of bounds.
things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Grabbed over the middle. It's Norman. And that's where they'll mark him with a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Breaks into the open.
Oh, man, that's such a great play by the quarterback to scramble around and make something happen. But I got to understand at the end of that run to take care of the football. I can't cough it up. Really good job scrambling, but poor job finishing that run.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. They'll ride Davis here. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Going to the running game. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
That's a really nice run right there. And one of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back, right? With all the athletes they've had throughout the decades, this guy was meant to play in the shoe.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. The run from the shotgun. Got enough for the 1st. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the 2nd quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. They'll give it to him again. Shakes off the defender. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Second down, they'll go to the air. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart, and he's right now taking the field thinking,
Touchdown, Ohio State! Great job by the back on the option. After that, there might be a few extra tackling drills in practice this week.
Well, listen, when you only got one guy there, it makes it really hard to get to the ground. You need a swarm. Where are my other guys? You got to get 1, 2, 3 more guys to the football and make sure you get them on the ground.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, we've got a winner in the battle of the Willamette Valley between Oregon and Oregon State. Oregon pulled into town on a mission, and they're hightailing it out of here with a huge win. Veni, vidi, vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. And that's precisely what the Ducks did. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Aggies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And nice job by the defense. Understanding second and short, they're playing run. You can see super physical, now forcing the third down and short.
And the Aggies come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
It's a fake. Starting to feel a little pressure. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And it's caught. Can he get to the marker?
We'll give the return team credit there because they were able to.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Quarterback now breaking the field. Beautifully thrown ball, terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. Really good job when this play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this kind of style of quarterback. That's always going to extend the play, make it harder on you as a defense. You got to guard longer in the back end, and just did a nice job getting outside the pocket and getting into the big fella at tight end.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
And the Buckeyes trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. Pushes ahead. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Offense trying to pay it off on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the intercepted. Bringing it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and Just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and that receiver might have used a push-off to get free. The Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Motion from the back. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. He lobs one high down the left side. Makes a grab for a big play. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at it. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
They have been road warriors here in this game, coming into a tough environment, but in all 3 phases, they have been absolutely dominant. Their defense is not allowed a point, and the offense is going up and down the field, and they score another touchdown here before the end of the first half.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. They'll run it from the gun. Got enough for the 1st down. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Foundation of Aggie football built on toughness like that, running it like John David Crow back in the day.
And those Texas people are tough and rugged, and you know they wear their great outfits that you love to watch. But these Aggies, I think they're at their best when they got great running backs. And you've seen Spiller and A-Chain in recent history finding those game breakers, those game busters that can make big plays.
The Aggies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving.
6 Propane.
Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. Swings it out to the flat. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover. And you saw a great example of it with that running back.
And the Aggies are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The Aggies come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Dances away to buy time. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Catches it at the 15. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Finds his tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. The Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. Running back searching for a hole. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Offense in the hurry-up. To the air on first down. Fires to the right. Makes the grab. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down. The give out of the gun. Got the first down. Looking for more. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Using his legs to buy some time. Complete to the right. Inside the 20, stopped at the 19 as they try to get a score on the board before the half. And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Running through contact. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment beat. Dang, you talk about home field advantage? Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point makes it 28-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Florida Atlantic is trailing right now, and I know it may look bleak, but this team needs to regroup, remind itself it's at home, and remember just how quickly things can change. They're trailing by just 4 to FIU. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Holden finds his man on the left. Still on his feet at the 45. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Hawkins. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Man, if you're going to win games, you have got to hit on the home run type plays, and that was a great opportunity right there. The receiver has got to be able to look that football in and make the catch.
So now it's 2nd and long.
22,
Looking to fire. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
And a great play design here in this type of situation. Obviously, trailing, you're trying to put something up on the scoreboard and just using the sideline, using the boundary, getting the ball out of bounds and stopping the clock.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27.
let's go.
Wants to throw on 1st down. With the catch, it's Gage. Run out of bounds, they'll spot him at the 24.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Working well behind the sticks on second down.
Set, ready.
Looking downfield very late in the half. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to, but at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way, but the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And holding on to a first-half lead, this offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to the locker room. No surprise, looks as if they'll be content just to head to the locker room.
All right, well, the offense deciding not to get too risky and go in the 2-minute mode. They're just happy having the lead going into halftime.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Buckeyes will boot it away to start the second half. At a return. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half is the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit.
Makes the grab at the 30. Got a lot of room to the right. Touchdown, Aggie. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One of the things I love about this quarterback, David, is that he keeps his eyes downfield when he gets outside the pocket. He might have had an opportunity to take off running with that, but he knew he had an opportunity for an even bigger play. And how about the run after the catch?
And that's great. You love that about the quarterbacks, but it's so frustrating when you got a guy that just breaks the contain of the pocket, breaks down your defense. Now you got to cover longer in the back end, and you can tell he comes free, he sees him, catches it, and walks right into the end zone.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Their lead down to 2 touchdowns as they go back to work on this drive. The give to Davis. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. Going to swing it on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
On third down, he drops the throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. The touchdown drive cut the deficit last time they had it, forced the punt. Now a chance to really make this a football game.
And I think if you're the offensive coordinator here, you're revisiting that last drive and asking yourself, okay, what did I call? What worked? What can I keep dialing up so we can keep scoring?
Dang right, because you got the momentum. You're back in this football game. Everything is going your way. Your defense just contributed, so that lead they had, just keep chipping away, and who knows what will happen.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut.
Turning it on. Got some room here at the goal line. Touchdown, Aggies. A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
The defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. He's got him. Oh, what a move to get open. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Catch in the middle. It's Denson. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Caught behind the line. It's Davis. Open space at the 25. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays.
Well, this guy already has a touchdown. He almost had a second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense in great field position.
He got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And he added the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The give to the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Texas A&M going up tempo.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Shoots it to the left. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Caught near the sticks. It's Armstrong. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
A really nice job by the quarterback putting some extra heat on that throw. As a defensive back, I'm going to drive to that curl, try to get there really quick to try to break up the pass, but when the QB puts it that hard on the money with that much accuracy.
Into the secondary on the right. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And here they come, almost all the way back.
I'm a play caller nowadays, man. I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
Out of the end zone. And the returner will be knocked down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Looking for room, it's Hawkins. Defense fills those gaps. He's got one to the 28.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Davis. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion. They
Fires one high and deep. Got it in stride inside the 20. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Snagged out of the air. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't going to happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best in the country, and that is just way too easy.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's first and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Man, oh man, what a day. His third touchdown rushing, showing you he's got a little bit of everything. And padding those stats, and all you fantasy football guys, if you have my man at running back, that's a good day.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, it's Hawkins. With the catch, it's Norman. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
And no messing around right now if you're on offense. This is the time where execution has got to be at a premium. You need to hit completions, David. They need some big plays.
And you just want to keep pressuring them and keep making them use the clock. Give them the underneath stuff. And again, when they drive the football down the field, I just can't give up touchdowns. Field goal at this point is not going to hurt my defense.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
And the Aggies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Going to take a shot on second and short. Quickly out to the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Texas A&M going quickly. Trying to run, it's Gage. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. The Aggies are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. To the air, it's Hawkins. Grab near the sticks, it's Armstrong. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. It's 1st and goal as Texas A&M comes to the line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Snaps it in the shotgun. Moves away as he feels pressure. Wideout trying to get it in. Touchdown, Aggie! And the comeback is on.
When quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And he made the extra point without problem. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Quickly to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one.
I'll tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
That'll be a gain of about 7. Leaves it with 3rd and 3.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting where it was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. They go to the wide receiver screen. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the 1st down at the 34-yard line. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back. He's looking at his playlist. He's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Looking to throw on 3rd. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
And the Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. There he goes. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
At this point on offense, late in the game with the lead, if you can run the ball, get a couple first downs, I mean, you can just bleed all these seconds off the clock and ice this thing.
The Buckeyes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Tight end now in motion. He'll set up to throw. Gets it out quickly. Trying to rumble in. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Off the bootleg. Wants to throw it. Lets it go to the end zone. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Trying to punch it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Florida Atlantic has dug itself a hole today, and I don't think they're climbing out of that puppy. Huge interest in this game, and they have rolled over. They're trailing by 18 to FIU. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David. Just giving the...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. And the Aggies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air, it's Hawkins. Here's the pressure. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
As an offense, you've got to know at this part of the field, deep in your own end, you have got to do a better job in pass pro if you're going to call a pass play at this juncture in the game. Not good enough.
Dumps it to the back. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with a no.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game.
After being stopped there on fourth down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation and put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with the loss.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. Not only the scoreboard, but the clock on the side of the offense as they take a knee, though the D can stop it a couple more times. And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. The defense still has a couple of timeouts at its disposal, but down a couple of possessions, the offense will take a knee. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people pointing to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.